Hello, folks. How are you doing? Captain Mark here. I'm so glad to see you folks this week. You know, we have a great show today. I don't have a guest, and I don't want a guest because I thought that it would be appropriate to talk with you about a few things. And first of all, we have to have a big enough why. I'm just off of the waterfront. It was raining a little bit today. It was pretty tough out there for a minute. But you know, you got to take the good days with the bad, take the bitter with the sweet. I'm so grateful that I'm able to do it at all. And I want to talk to you right now about something very serious. And that's your why. Do you have a big enough why to accomplish the things that you want in life? If you don't have a big enough why, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything that you wanted to do. I'm going to tell you about my why and why I think that I'm here. My purpose of doing this show from the Wheelhouse, it gives the public a view of what it's like to be a captain from the helm or the wheelhouse of various types of ships and boats that are driven on Chicago's lakes and rivers, but also it's a way of thought. My purpose in doing this show is not to get famous. I'm not going to get famous at this. If I was going to get famous, I'd have been famous 7 seasons ago. My purpose of doing this show is to tell you about the wonderful opportunities in the maritime industry. You see, I think that God put me here on this planet to be able to give people joy in the maritime industry on boats and doing tours and so forth. But more importantly, I think that my purpose in life is to bring people who are economically disadvantaged into a wonderful, wonderful field. And up to this point, I've done this with young people. You take a look at Captain Courtney Scott. Captain Courtney Scott, 22 years old. This young man has a job with a company here on the Chicago River and on the lakefront doing tours. And that company is Shoreline Sightseeing. I want you to know that they hired him. He became not just one of their leading captains, but he's a supervisor, yes, at 22 years old. And I want you to know that this young man here followed the instructions. But you too can follow the instructions. And this is a live call-in interactive show. So we're going to let you call in and give your opinion. Get off of the couch. We are not about talking to the television. I can't hear what you're saying anyway. Most of you are just cowards and you just don't want to get up and make the phone call anyway. You don't want to be on TV. You want to give your opinion to the television screen or to that person sitting next to you, but you don't want to give your opinion to the public. And so I'm going to invite you and challenge you to call me if you have the guts enough to do so. And if you don't like the way that I answer people, get your own show. CanTV allows you to work with your not-for-profit and come and do your own show. You can give your opinion about anything that you want to give your opinion about. So this is my opinion and this is my show, and if you don't like it, you can apologize to me later. We have a caller. Welcome to today's show. And caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Welcome to today's show. What's your question or comment?
My name is Robert Moore.
Hello, Robert Moore. I think I know you. You are just about to become a captain, too. You're one of my students, aren't you?
Yes, you're my mentor.
Oh, my goodness. You know, I'm glad that you called in, Robert. I have been trying to get you to do so. I know you must be busy because you're driving boats and working on the waterfront right now. I understand that you're about to make this big leap from being a deckhand to being a captain. Is that right?
That is correct.
Well, how old are you?
I finished my captain's course.
What's that?
And I finished my captain's course, and I'm in the process of receiving my captain's license.
How old are you, Mr. Moore?
I'm 62 years old.
62? Wait a minute. I'm always talking about helping young people come into the business. And now we're talking about a 62-year-old person. Is it possible that our viewers out there have that same opportunity? Tell them how you did it.
Well, I've always wanted to sail in a boat, and my father had a boat when I was a young man, and we took the boat out a lot. And I met a friend, and he introduced me to you, and you had a William Tillman sailing club. And I joined the sailing club, and I learned how to sail, and from there I continued on and decided I wanted to get my captain's license after I retired.
Wow, that is something else, and I'm going to, while we're talking here, I'm going to put the telephone number up there and my email address. I want everyone to know how to get in touch with me because, Robert, I know that now you're about to be sworn into the United States Merchant Marines as a full captain, and you are now about to be my competition, but good, healthy competition. You think it's enough work out here for all of us?
Oh, it's absolutely enough work. It's even more than enough, and all the different opportunities I couldn't even say. And there's so many different careers. Can I mention some of the careers that are available?
Please do.
Not only can you become a captain and captain your own boat, or be a captain for some major company, you can be a crew member or a deckhand. They have welding positions. They have positions for chefs, bartenders, boat mechanics, detailers, painters, photographers, and the list basically goes on. Anything that you do on a regular basis in the real world, you can do in the marine world also.
Well, wait a minute. You just said something about photography. I just happen to know that's one of the jobs you do on the side there. And like you have a wedding and prom coming up right now that you're doing. How can you transfer some of these skills? Because we have some viewers out here that have all types of jobs. Call in. The show is live, folks. We have some viewers out here that are wondering, can they use their skill and training in the maritime industry today? What's the connection between photography and the maritime industry?
Absolutely. You have companies that have websites. They need pictures. You have private individuals who want pictures of their vessels. You have people who have weddings on their vessels, and they need photographers. I mean, the door is wide open.
Wow. Well, I'm going to let you go now, but I want to ask you, because you have so much that you can offer the public, and you can encourage people that are older than 21 and 31 and 41 and 51. You can offer them encouragement to come into the business of the maritime industry, and you can help them, because that's the only thing I charge people. I have an obligation that I ask you to fulfill, and that's if I bring you into the business, that you're going to bring 2 more people who are economically disadvantaged. I don't care what color they are. I want you to know that if they're economically disadvantaged, that they need to come into this wonderful industry that is growing. So would you please be on a show with us very soon? Well, I guess we lost you, but I want you to know that we're going to get Captain Robert Moore to come on to our show, and we're going to do a full show with him. He's got a wealth of knowledge to share with us. Now, we have another caller, and we want to hear from him. And right now, welcome to today's show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Captain Mark. I was disconnected.
Oh, good. I was asking you about joining in with us on a full show, and I'm sure you're going to be able to do that.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Good. Now that I get you back, let me tie you down to something. Because you are going to be a full captain, and you are also a photographer, I am about to purchase my second drone, and this one is going to be a large, heavyweight drone. I'm getting my drone pilot's license, and I plan on doing aerial photography. Why don't we get together and form a new company? How about that?
That sounds wonderful to me, Captain Mark.
Very good. If you know anything about drone technology, you better call me, and here's how you can get in touch with Captain Mark. You can go to 312-437-2230. You can call me or send a text message, or you can email me at shipmastermark@gmail.com. We have another caller. Welcome to today's show. Welcome, caller.
Hey, Captain Mark, how you doing?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Well, I can't get in your line of work, but you know what? I'm just a blind country boy. But even a blind squirrel will get a nit every once in a while.
Well, wait a minute. Do you think that there are no blind people or disabled people in the maritime industry? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know, but I ask you like this. I don't see no blind airline pilots.
Well, let me tell you this. You may not be able to fly a plane, and you may not be able to drive the boat because you need eyes to do that. But here's something that you can do. We pay a humongous amount of money. I just paid $250 to have a harness. That's a line. It's just a rope that's been braided in a certain way. If you are blind, you probably have natural manual dexterity. And those of you that know young ladies or young men that are good with their hands, that know how to braid hair, you can transfer that skill into the maritime industry and make a very, very, very good living braiding lines.
Can I ask a quick question about terms of Navy rank? Isn't a Commodore is like one rank under Admiral?
A Commodore is 3 stripes. Commander, I think that's what you're saying. A commander is 3 stripes, and that's one rank under a captain. However, the term Commodore is usually, from what I know, has been attributed to people that head up like yacht clubs. They're head up by the Commodore, and that would be the person that is leading the yacht clubs. Now, the Chicago Yacht Club has a Commodore. The other yacht clubs have Commodores as well. So
the Navy don't have that rank, the Commodore.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not certain on that, but I know one thing. We can go online and find out. And I tell you what, if you give me a question that I don't have the answer to, I will find out the answer. And
you know what? You are an intelligent man, because you know what? Sometimes the answer is I don't know could be the most intelligent, accurate answer you can give a person. And you take care of me. You have a good day.
You have a good day too. If I don't know, I swear I'm going to find out. And if you really want to know, here's what you do. Come and call me, text me, or either send me an email at shipmastermark@gmail.com, and I promise I'll get back with you. We're going to take another caller before I tell you a story about a magnificent person called William Tillman. Welcome to today's show. Caller, are you there?
Good evening, Admiral.
Good evening. I'm not the Admiral yet. Not the Admiral yet. Thank you so much. But this is Captain Mark. How can we serve you, sir?
I just heard that comment about a Commodore, and by being a history buff, I do recall that the forceful opening of the Japanese seaport was done by a U.S. naval officer with the title Commodore Perry. So when he asked there's one clue as we truth this out by way of Google. So just wanted to add that. But just wanted to salute you on your energy and getting us viewers off of our sofas and lazy boy chairs and get involved. And you can just hear your energy trickling over the airwaves. You are really just a valuable community asset. Now, regarding the labor, remind your viewers that many times there's salary jobs, but there's also what they call tithing of talent, tithing of treasure, and tithing of time. So out of one of those three, there's somewhere or the other that they can step up for personal improvement, family improvement, community improvement. Time, talent, and treasure.
Wow, that's profound. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate, I know for a fact that we can give more than just money
There you go.
to help. We can give our time and give our souls. On Friday afternoon is a key time during the summer for a captain like me to make a living, making money. But God has blessed me in so many other ways that I'm going to serve the public. I'm going to serve you. On Fridays, this time slot belongs to you. Thank you so much, sir, for calling.
Thank you.
Now, I want to share something with you, and we have other callers on the line, so please be patient and hold on. But I want to share something with you called the William Tillman story. And William Tillman Academy, the William Tillman Academy at 134th and Vernon is just opening now, and we are still much in the beginning phases. But who was William Tillman? William Tillman gave the northern states its first military victories in the Civil War. And William Tillman, he was a cook. I'm going to tell you more about this famous, little known famous cook in a second. We have another caller. I think we need to take the callers in. Caller, welcome to today's show. Are you there, caller?
Yeah, Captain Mark.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? It's Richard.
Richard, how are you doing? Are you one of my students from a yacht club?
Nah, this is Richard Gallion.
Richard Gallion, the artist, the thespian, Richard Gallion. Oh my goodness, I am so honored to have you give me a call on today's show. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Man, I'm honored to have you taking me on your show.
You know, Richard, I know that you could tell the story of William Tillman. I'm going to read you an excerpt from a story that I wrote about him, and I know that you'll be able to write a play and tell the story of this magnificent man. And so I hope that you're listening after this call. Also, I want to tell the world that you have a production coming up. Come on and tell us about your production, because you are in the not-for-profit world also, and you reach out to help individuals in a big, big way. Go ahead, let me give you a plug. Go ahead.
Just to give a quick correction, actually, I'm not in the not-for-profit. I do everything funded out of my own pocket.
Ah.
I fund my own stuff. I spend my own time. I feel like it's, you mean it. Not to say that people who have the non-for-profit is not sincere, but I want to be able to control how I do things, and, there's no limits to it.
Is
that so right? I do everything on my own.
Let me stop you there. You know, the CAN TV rules tell me that and I'm getting some signals here, I need to make sure that if I'm giving plugs that it's for not-for-profit agencies. But I'm going to tell you folks anyway that if you want to know more about this wonderful, wonderful actor and writer, producer, director, and extraordinary person all the way around, I'm going to make sure you have my telephone number, you have my email. If you'd like to know more about Richard Gallion, make sure that you give me a call and or email, and I'll make sure that I connect you with him. When are you coming out on the boat? Bringing your crew out.
Hopefully soon we'll be able to do it again. I really enjoyed it.
Very good. You make sure that you come, that you give me a call, and we'll set you up a date for the summer. The summer goes by so fast here in Chicago, and I have to do everything I can within 5.5 months to make people happy. But the crew that you work with, I want to make sure I make every one of your crew members motivated to work hard. We're going to give them a day.
Hey, Mark, and do it count that I am doing this show for a non-for-profit, which is New Faith?
New Faith, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm going to make sure that people know that if they want to get in touch with you, that they can get in touch with you through me. We only have a few minutes left to today's show, so I'm going to let you go now, but thank you so much for calling, okay?
All right, thank you.
The William Tillman story. I want you to know that the William Tillman story is something that all of us should be aware of. And take a look at this. You see this guy coming here, coming up the stairs here. I'm going to share part of the story with you. When a process has been compromised or corrupted, our stories must be told. And the story of William Tillman must be told. He was born into freedom. He never knew what slavery really meant until he saw it firsthand. His voyage from Mother Africa, the Ivory Coast to be exact. His ship was loaded with rum and ammunition. He wanted to work on the water since he was a little boy. He was playing with sticks in the curve of the boardwalk in his town. At 15 years old, he ran away from home and stowed away on a ship in the port of New York. Once discovered by the ship's cook hiding in the galley store of supplies, the captain gave the order to have him walk the plank. The captain gave him encouragement. He gave him the encouragement with the tip of his sword to walk the plank. The smell of pig's blood, it was pungent as it mixed with chum and ladled into the water to attract the sharks. Entertainment, mixed with a tad of discipline, would set the tone for the remainder of the crew in the captain's eyes. The cook begged and begged for the captain to save this stowaway's life, to let his life be spared. He could use a helper in the galley after all. Now, knowing the quality of meals provided to crew had much to do with the level of motivation of the crew, the captain relented and reluctantly granted the cook's request. Now, as the cook's helper, William Tillman's main job was slaughtering the animals and taking care of the animals on board. And they came to really love this young man. 12 years later, he became a cook himself on his own ship. And this ship that you see right here was captured by the Confederates. And the Confederates were going to sell him into slavery. He took one chance. He knew he had one chance and one chance only to save his life, that he would have to seize the ship back from the Confederates. And he did so. And I'm going to tell you more about the William Tillman story next week. And I want to make sure that you see these articles. And all you have to do is Google Captain Mark Stevenson, and you will find several articles and videos, and you can go to Captain Mark Speaks on YouTube. If you go to Captain Mark Speaks on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of short videos there, and I give you words of encouragement. But again, my main purpose in life, I don't care about you folks that's going to be calling me from these not-for-profits. You can't use me anymore. You cannot use me to speak at your events. You can't use my name and my credentials to write your grants and all of that. Don't bother even getting in touch with me, because I want to tell you like it is. I am here because I want to bring people who are economically disadvantaged into the maritime industry. And that's the only reason that I'm here. You can't pay me. They say that everyone has his price. I've already been paid. I've already been bought. I've already been sold. I want to make sure that you know I want to help you. So here's my number one more time. If you have the guts to call me, leave a text message, or email me, I want to help you to accomplish your goals in life. And that's a fact. There are so many more things that we can do to help each other. That's a fact. My name is Captain Mark Stevenson. I'm privileged to be with you and to serve you. Tune in each and every Friday. If you tune in each and every Friday at 5 p.m., I'll be here to serve you and deliver a message. And it's a message of joining the maritime industry. No matter what age, no matter what level of education, ex-offenders are welcome. I promise I'm going to do the best that I can to help you. Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid's on his way.